So I may have gone a little bit overboard with the puzzle shopping.
Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My apologies for the weird angle. There are like cars and people, and I don't want to record other people, so we're gonna be right here. But it is puzzle swap day. I know, I'm excited, and I am here alone. That's right, no child. The child is at home with dad, so I am here free by myself. I'll have two hands to use, so hopefully I will not have the same issues that I had last month at the swap, where I was trying to hold the child and record at the same time. It didn't go very well. I'm like late, still technically early, as y'all know, but I am late. The parking lot's full. Why are there so many cars here already? I need to get my behind inside. I just saw someone with a large bag. Yeah, we need to move. Okay, these are the puzzles that I'm bringing here to leave to swap. They'll appear somewhere over here. And yeah, I'm gonna go inside. When I got inside, there were in fact quite a few people in there, and it was kind of a lot going on. They had kind of changed up the setup as far as the tables go, and then there were a lot of people who were there for the first time. Like, this was the first time at this swap. Some people who this was the first swap ever. So it was a whole lot. But with that, there were quite a few puzzles out. And then, of course, every time a new person comes in, they bring their puzzles, they lay them out on the tables. And so there was a whole lot to look through. So there's a whole lot that I'm going to show you guys. Y'all have already seen some pretty great options, but this 1500 Ravensburger looked super cool. It looked very hard. There was this eagle shaped puzzle. I don't even know what the brand is. It's a crazy art. Then y'all know I have a Sandra Boynton puzzle, and somebody brought another one. I thought that was really cool. There was like this 4-pack from Rose Art. I kind of wanted that pizza one, but that was the only one I wanted. And I wasn't going to take the whole box just to get that one puzzle. I keep seeing that, like, what is it called? The Northern Lights Eurographics puzzle, and it keeps calling to me, but I'm not picking up the phone because I know the thing's going to be hard. There are also a couple of younger people at the swap, like children. And so there are a few of these like 100 count puzzles, which is always nice. And then it's fun to see the puzzles that I have brought being brought back, because I know somebody took these last time. So seeing them having been done, I assume, and then brought back is cool to see. I had never seen a Ravensburger in that like travel box, so that was cool. There was another one of those cake puzzles. It might be the same one that was there last time. But then I saw this Charles Wasaki that is of like Noah's Ark, and I had never seen a Charles Wasaki that was more like religious leaning, so that was pretty cool. There always are a handful of those like White Mountain puzzles with the collages of different various things. This is a Gallison. It's like spooky something. Hold on. Spooky portraits. And that one looks cool. There was a boardwalk, one of those like miniature ones. There's this blockbuster puzzle. I couldn't tell if it was like really, really old or if it was like somewhat recent. I saw this at the swap a month or two ago. I did not pick it up. Still did not pick it up. You guys saw our charcuterie board puzzle is still floating around, still seemingly with only those two missing pieces. So we'll see what happens. If this one was like 500 pieces, I would have gotten it, but 1,000 pieces of that, I wasn't too sure. I am definitely starting to notice like certain patterns with the types of puzzles that we typically have at this swap. Like there's a lot of Charles Wysocki and a few like Amy Stewart's, some of these like animal themed puzzles. And then I was looking at this Ravensburger globe, and then the woman who brought it in, she was like, she started it and she gave up very quickly. She said it was so hard. So I decided to walk away. And then there's this one. It's like you after you complete the puzzle, you download an app and look at it, and there's like a video. I don't know what it was saying exactly, but let me know if you've tried one of those. And then these are those vintage puzzles that we were looking at last month. And I couldn't really give you guys a good shot of them, but here they are with like a better view. So hopefully, if you were curious about any of them, you can actually see the image and see the name of it. So if you want to go look it up, you definitely can. I also think that there are a few more than there were last time. So I don't know if the same person brought them back or if somebody like took a couple of them, completed them, and then brought them back. I'm not really sure. It's funny at these because like you're kind of chit chatting with people, but then also you really got to keep your eyes open and see like who's coming in, what's in their bag, what's in their box, if there's anything that you want to take for yourself. I mentioned while I was there that I had never done an Amy Stewart puzzle, and the person I was talking to like was shocked and appalled. So at some point, I have to find an Amy Stewart, but the only ones that I saw at the swap today were like 1,000 pieces, and I don't really want to commit to that quite. I don't want to quite commit to that. So I really want to find like a 500 piece Amy Stewart. So hopefully, I'll come across one. I really wish that there was like an I Love Florida or I Love Georgia of those like White Mountain collage puzzles. Honestly, I think there should be one for just Atlanta. I think an I Love Atlanta collage puzzle would be hilarious. At least it could be. Here's a Thomas Kincaid landscape. Y'all know I put that one back. That did not go in my bag. I don't think that's spoiling it for anyone to let you know that I did not pick that puzzle up. And then there was this super, super beautiful one. I'm not familiar with this brand. I had never seen it before, but it's 1,000 pieces and it looks really tricky. Like it's beautiful, but cutting that up into 1,000 pieces, I don't know. This puzzle had like no information on the box. I don't know what that was. This burger puzzle, I feel like I've seen this image or at least a variation of that image on like 6 different puzzles from like 6 different brands. I don't even know. Like I was mentioning, there are a few more like kitty puzzles always at the swap, or just puzzles that anyone can pick up, honestly. But it's fun. And then there was a Butts on Things. There's a Butts on Things puzzle. Someone brought in one of these piecework puzzles. Last month, I showed you all like a blue one and an orange one. This one is more of this like wine kind of color. I picked this box up because I had never seen this brand before, I don't think. And then there were these shaped puzzles. There's one from Bits and Pieces, and then there's this one from I don't even know what the brand is, but this one's 1,000 pieces, and it says it's 3 feet long. I don't know if I want a 1,000 piece shaped puzzle, but who knows? This one I thought was really cool of the American Indian tribes. I'm not too sure how fun it would be as a puzzle though. This one I thought was really pretty. It caught my eye. Then there was this one. I'm not sure if it's one of the ones with the glitter, but I thought that the rain no, it doesn't have glitter. But I thought that the rainbow and the whole floating island situation was really cool. I stayed for like 30 minutes and then I dipped because I already had way too many puzzles in my bag. Hi guys, we are at Hobby Lobby. Random, but I found the puzzle aisle, so let's look. I really forgot that Hobby Lobby even sold puzzles, but once I was there, I said, wait a minute, let me go find them. So this is what I saw when I got there. It honestly was a pretty big selection. Like I don't know what I was expecting, but I think there would be almost like a full aisle filled with puzzles. And there were a lot of different brands and different types of puzzles, so it was really pretty cool. They had a few Aquarius puzzles. They have this Where's Waldo and then the SpongeBob one, both 1,000 pieces. I am, or at least was kind of tempted to get the SpongeBob one. And then I was trying to show you guys that these are those like 3D puzzles, but the kind of 3D where like when you shift your head, the puzzle moves, the image moves. I feel like this would be very difficult to puzzle depending on how the pieces actually look. Like I feel like I would get a headache. And then I was trying to show you guys that this one, like the outside of the box is one of the puzzles. It's almost as if the puzzle was glued onto it. I was trying to show you, but I feel like you can't really tell. I was ready to leave for the most part, but then my mom found one that I had been looking for literally for months. And then she wanted to show you guys this one. And so this was how we ended things off. You want to say hi? Say hi. Confusion. I understand. All right, hey guys, we are out again. We're at Goodwill. I kind of want to see if I can hit up this Goodwill and then another one that's kind of close to here. So we're gonna go inside and see what they have. I have a little one. He's in a good mood, so we've got some time to go inside. I really just want to look at the puzzles and yeah, y'all come on. All right, this is the first Goodwill, like I mentioned, and there was a whole lot going on. No real organization. It was all puzzles and board games, just kind of thrown in together. So it is what it is. I was definitely seeing a few brands that I had never come across before, and some that I've seen plenty of times, but still it was fun to look around. This 2,000 piece puzzle was really pretty, but it wasn't necessarily my vibe. And then there was one of these cat puzzles that like are have fur. So I think that the middle cat is actually fuzzy and then the rest are just plain pieces. I feel like that would be interesting to puzzle. Not sure how that would actually go. Then this one caught my eye, this illusions puzzle. It looks really cool. I don't really know what I was expecting to find today, but I was coming across some really interesting puzzles, like this one right here, this skyscraper thing. This looks horrendous. Cannot imagine doing that one. And then also, I was kind of not distracted, but kind of sort of, because one, I am trying to keep an eye on my child. He was in the basket and he had found this like guitar toy while we were over next to the toys. And so I was letting him hold on to it and he started playing it, which was very interesting, very cute. But then also people kept trying to come up to him and talk to him. So I'm like trying to record, which already is kind of awkward in public. And then I'm like trying to watch him and trying to watch the people, anyways. I'm not familiar with mega puzzles, but I actually came across, I think, a few of them between Goodwill and the swap. So I'm not sure how all of a sudden I'm just seeing them all over the place. or maybe they're always there and I just never paid attention. And then they had another cat box, but this one was like a board game versus the other one was a puzzle. I have no idea what the board game was about. Also, I couldn't really take out all the boxes that I wanted to because again, I had my eye on the child, and then like puzzles will start, like boxes were starting to fall on top of each other because everything was just kind of like tossed. Anyways, this next one I really liked, but the front said that it was $3 for this 100-piece puzzle. I was like, no. But if you look at the back, there's a sticker for $2. If I had noticed that, I would have probably bought it because I was like $3. I'm not gonna pay $3 for a 100-piece puzzle. I should have just got the puzzle. Either way, I didn't get that one. I probably should have. This is one of those ones you color in. And then my child and I were fighting over this tin. It was this 1,000-piece world's smallest jigsaw puzzle. Again, I don't know if that's like a marketing thing or if there's some truth to it. No idea. But it's some masterpieces and it came in this cool tin. So yeah, that was all for this location. And then we headed over to another Goodwill, and their puzzle toy board game section was even worse in the first place. Oh my gosh, do you see all these boxes? It was just boxes everywhere, and it was annoying. But they had a handful of these Ravensburger escape puzzles. I've never done one of these, so I was sitting there debating if I wanted to grab one this day. There was this Thomas Kincaid like nativity scene, and then this one looked interesting. Again, another mega puzzles. I thought this girl was kind of cute, a little bit creepy, but kind of cute. Again, I didn't pull out every single puzzle because there was just so much going on, but I did try my best to show you guys as many as I could. This is another one that you color in. This Gallison I thought was beautiful, but that would be a whole lot of pink pieces. This one looked really pretty, but fun fact, I am afraid of birds. I don't want to talk about it. This Aurora puzzle was so pretty. And then I had never seen this style of Charles Wasaki box. It's in Milton Bradley. I thought it looked pretty interesting. Then a few more of these like America, Home of the Brave, Land of the something. This one is a White Mountain, I think. And then as I was trying to maneuver things around, the worst happened. There was a box that wasn't sealed, and so it just like fell apart. All the pieces fell out. I like felt so bad, but also there was nothing I could do about it. They had this one of the Civil War, also White Mountain, and you can't really tell based off of the footage, but when I tell you those boxes were huge, those boxes were ginormous. Why are they making these boxes so big? I know those were probably slightly older puzzles, but why? This 500 of these pine trees, I was very tempted to get. Yes, I know it looks very difficult, but I don't know, something about it was calling to me. There was this clue puzzle. I'm not sure if it's just a puzzle or if it's something more like the escape puzzles where there's like an additional kind of riddle challenge sort of thing to solve. I did really like this one of this skating rink at Christmas. I kind of just want to like jump into the picture, so that one was nice. And then there was this one from Educa. I don't know what this image is. I don't know if it's based off of a book or if this is just some person's random painting that they did, but I thought it was cool. And clearly my son did too. Okay, this next one is not a puzzle, but I just feel like I had to show you this. Redneck Life, it's a board game, and the premise says the player with the most teeth remaining wins. What? I love me a random board game, but I did leave that one behind. They had this one from a brand that I have heard of, but I don't think really seen in person, and it was sealed, so I thought that was really cool. And then this one of Cleopatra, oh my gosh, I thought she was so pretty. It was 1,000 pieces. This was another one of those gigantic boxes, and so I was like really debating whether I wanted to get her. I was trying to find a name of this Ravensburger, but I just found the number. And then there was this White Mountain. It's called the Healings of Jesus. I thought it was so beautiful, but I just wasn't sure if it was something that I actually wanted to puzzle. There was this Ebu, it's 1,000 pieces of like this couple walking through a giant mushroom forest. Another skating rink at Christmas. Again, I just want to hop right in. And then we wrapped up with this pride puzzle because, child, it was time to go home.
Hello guys, welcome back to the spot on my floor. I have some things to show you from the puzzle swapping, the thrifting, and then that random Hobby Lobby trip that I had a few weeks ago. So all of that is going to be compiled into this video. And so I'm going to show you everything that I got over the last few days and then that one random trip. And I just kind of want to take this time to, reiterate that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. This is a safe space. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the pile. Okay. Yeah, these are me. This, yeah, it goes down, and I am just going to show them all to you. Again, we're gonna be kind. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so first up is the one that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I was legitimately so happy when my mom spotted this one on the shelf. I had been looking for this one honestly since I first saw people doing it like months ago. But when I looked online, they only had the 100-piece version of this puzzle, or they had the 500 count, but it was coming from like the UK or something. Like that was the only place that was shipping it. It was going to be like $40. No. So they had this one on the shelf at Hobby Lobby. It was 11.99, I think, and then it had it was 14.99, and then it had the 40% off. So I think I paid like 8.99 for this. This is from Ravensburger. It is called Disney and Pixar Color Palette, and it's 500 pieces. Excited. So the next couple things are from Goodwill. This is from the first Goodwill stop that we had. This one is a Mega Puzzles. It's from Mega Puzzles. It's called Baby Mine. It's from the Disney Artist series, and the artist is Toby Bluth. It's 1,000 pieces. I saw this one and it looks so cool. I like Dumbo, but honestly, I think I've only really seen it like twice in my life. But there is a certain puzzle content creator that we all know and love who I think might like this one. So I'm going to hold on to this for him and see if he wants it. That was the only thing that I got from that first Goodwill. And so this is what I got from the second Goodwill location. This is 1,000 pieces from Very Good Puzzle Company. It is called Daily Groceries #2. The artist is Mary Porter. And I thought this one looked really cool, really fun. It's still sealed, which I thought was even better. Oh, the Disney one was $3 and this one was $2. I've never done the puzzle from this company and I like the image, so I'm excited to get to this one. Then I've got another 1,000-piece puzzle. I don't know why I got so many 1,000-piece puzzles, but this one is an Educa. It's a puzzle miniature, 1,000 pieces. It is called Collage Gotti, I want to say. Not entirely sure. But I've never done an Educa. I've never seen their like mini 1,000-piece puzzles. So I was curious about this one. It was $2. And I think the image is cool, so I want to do it. Then I keep coming across these at like swaps and Goodwill and stuff. And so I finally picked one up. The Goodwill had, I think, like 3 of these. And so this is the one I got because this image looks the most interesting to me. It's one of the Ravensburger escape puzzles. It's 759 pieces. And then like it's like a puzzle or something that you have to, obviously it's a puzzle, but there's like an additional like riddle type puzzle thing that you have to solve to figure out what's going on here. So I'm curious to see what this is all about. This one was $2, and I figured I can finally do one of these exit puzzles and see, what all the hype's about. And then the last thing that I got from Goodwill is kind of random, but there's a reason. This is a 42-piece puzzle. It's from the brand Puzzle Huddle, and it's called Future President. It's of this beautiful little girl in like the Oval Office, and I thought it was really cute as an image. It was also $2, but I have a video in mind, and I have honestly been looking for like a smaller piece count puzzle that I could do for that video, that I could use for that video, and I think this will be perfect. So I'm gonna keep this one for a specific reason. The rest of these came from the swap, so let me show you. First up is this 500-piece Clementoni. It is called, this one is Paradise Beach. And I think that the image is pretty. Y'all know that I'm not really a landscape person per se, but I've never done the Clementoni before. And I thought that this one might be kind of fun to try to speed puzzle, maybe. So that's what I got this one for, to speed puzzle. I'm not sure how successful I will be with that, but I'm gonna try. Then this is a Puzzledly. This one is called Main Squeeze, also 500 pieces. And I've never done a Puzzledly. I see them online all the time, so I was curious to see what it's all about. I do think this image might be a bit hard, but each of these little situations, I don't even know what else going on here, but they do have some like different textures. So I feel like maybe it won't be so bad, but I don't know. Then we have one that we don't really have to talk too much about the brand or anything, but it is 750 pieces. It is called Comic Crowds, and I have a 2,000-piece version of like the same sort of artwork, the same artist, I believe. So I thought it would be fun to maybe do this one first to kind of ease my way into that bigger 2,000-piece puzzle. It is from Seiko, and I think it's gonna be fun. So I grabbed this one. Next is one from a line that I honestly have seen forever, and I've always wanted to do one. This is one of those butts on things puzzles, and I always think they're so funny looking. This one is just 300 pieces, and it is from the brand Red Barn. I've never particularly heard of this one. In fact, like it opens on the top, like more like that. So I'm not familiar with this brand. I'm curious to see how it goes. The artist is Brian Cook. So, oh, Seiko. It's a Seiko. Okay. Right. Yeah. So something you've probably noticed at my puzzle swap is that my location always has a lot of Charles Wysocki's. And so I finally decided to pick one up to see how I like the artwork. So this one is from Buffalo. It's a 300-piece puzzle, and it is called Singing Pie Makers. I thought it looks kind of silly and kind of fun. It is a lot of like brown, but it's 300 pieces, so I thought maybe it won't be so bad. And if I'm gonna do a Charles Wysocki, why not do something that's like kind of silly, you know? Okay, then there's this Gallison. It's 500 pieces. It is called Gather Together. I don't think there's an artist that I can find at the moment, but y'all know that I like Gallison puzzles, and so I saw this one. I thought it looked pretty. There's kind of a lot going on. It's kind of busy, but I thought maybe it won't be so hard, although the like blue tablecloth might make things a little bit tricky. So we'll see how it goes, but I like this one too. Okay, last two, I promise. This one is from a company I've never seen before, and it's in one of those like round tins. So I thought it looked fun. This one is a Fugnatomy double-sided puzzle. It's 500 pieces, and the brand is Fugler, Funny Ugly Monster. But this is what it looks like. It's like this like cheetah print monster dude, and then the other side is his skeleton. This one's fun, so I figured why not. And then last up is one that I was like super excited. I walked past it and I saw it. I was like, why does it look familiar? I grabbed it. It's the Unified Pieces. This one is 650 pieces. It's like San Francisco, SF Soul of the city. Um, I grabbed it. I'm not going to keep it once I do it. I will give it back to the swap, but I am never going to turn down a Unified Pieces puzzle. So, yeah. Well, I do believe that that is all I have for you today. Yes, I did bring home quite a few puzzles. Yes, I did just clear out my puzzle corners. That way it wouldn't feel so cluttered. And I am indeed, yes, about to add clutter back to it. But I don't have a but. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I really need to get working on my like to-do list of puzzles. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite puzzle is that I picked out today, or if there's anything that you saw at any of the stores or at the swap that you were like screaming at the screen telling me I should have gotten, let me know. This Sunday's video is one I think that you guys will really enjoy, and it might have a little something extra in it. So make sure that you're subscribed so you'll see it when that video comes out. Follow me on all the things, TikTok and Instagram, and I will see you in my next video.